Hello. My name is Boozy ASMR, and today I'm going to read you some quotes from Karl Marx and Dubord. This is just a fun little reading with a little bit of drinking. So, let's get started. This first quote is from Marx. The next few quotes are going to be from Marx as well. Thus, political economy, despite its worldly and voluptuous appearance, is a true moral science, the most moral of all the sciences. Self-renunciation, the renunciation of life and of all human needs, is its principal thesis. The less you eat, drink, and buy books, the less you go to the theater, the dance hall, the public house, the less you think, love, theorize, sing, love, paint, fence, etc. The more you save, the greater becomes your treasure, which neither moths nor rust will devour. Your capital. The less you are, the less you express your own life. The more you have, i.e., the greater is your alienated life. The greater is the store of your estranged being. Everything which the political economist takes from you in life and in humanity, he replaces for you in money and in wealth. And all the things which you cannot do, your money can do. It can eat and drink, go to the dance hall and the theater. It can travel, it can appropriate art, learning, the treasures of the past, political power. All this it can appropriate for you. It can buy all this. It is true endowment. Yet being all this, it wants to do nothing but create itself, by itself. For everything else is after all its servant. And when I have the master, I have the servant. I do not need his servant. All passions and all activity must therefore be submerged in avarice. The worker may only have enough for him to want to live, and may only want to live in order to have that. That was Karl Marx, Economic and Philosophic Manuscripts of 1844. Red's apple ale's good. Next. If money is the bond binding me to human life, binding society to me, connecting me with nature and man, is not money the bond of all bonds? Can it not dissolve and bind all ties? Is it not therefore also the universal agent of separation? That was also Marx from the Economic and Philosophic Manuscripts of 1844. From the same work. You must make everything that is yours saleable, i.e., useful. If I ask the political economist Do I obey economic laws if I extract money by offering my body for sale, by surrendering it to another's lust? The factory workers in France call the prostitution of their wives and daughters the in-working hour, which is literally correct. Or am I not acting in keeping with political economy if I sell my friend to the Moroccans, and the direct sale of men in the form of a trade in conscripts, etc., takes place in all civilized countries? Then the political economist replies to me, you do not transgress my laws, but see what cousin ethics and cousin religion have to say about it. My political economic ethics and religion have nothing to reproach you with. But who am I now to believe? Political economy or ethics? The ethics of political economy is acquisition, work, thrift, sobriety. But political economy promises to satisfy my needs. The political economy of ethics is the opulence of a good conscience, of virtue, etc. But how can I live virtuously if I do not live? How can I have a good conscience if I do not know anything? It stems from the very nature of estrangement that each sphere applies to me a different and opposite yardstick. Ethics one, and political economy another. For each is a specific estrangement of man, and focuses attention on a particular field of estranged essential activity, and each stands in an estranged relation to another. This next quote is a bonus that I like. It comes from Kurt Cobain. His introspective lyrics were rarely perceived as political, but his journals seethe with anti-capitalist and anti-male rants. Excuse me. A sample. And the hairy, sweaty, macho, sexist dickheads will soon drown in a pool of razor blades and semen, stemmed from the uprising of their children, littering the floors of Wall Street with revolutionary debris. That guy was great. Much more interesting than the mainstream might have you believe. This next set of quotes is from Dubord. Dubord said in Society of the Spectacle that the spectacle is not a collection of images. It is a social relation between people that is mediated by images. He goes on to say in the Society of the Spectacle, the status of celebrity offers the promise of being showered with all good things that capitalism has to offer. The grotesque display of celebrity lives and deaths is the contemporary form of the cult of personality. Those famous for being famous hold out the spectacular promise of the complete erosion of an autonomously lived life in return for an apotheosis as an image. Let's have a drink. stuff. The ideological function of celebrity and lottery systems is clear. Like a modern wheel of fortune, the message is all is luck. Some are rich, some are poor. That is the way the world is. It could be you. Further, he says, the more powerful the class, the more it claims not to exist. And its power is employed above all to enforce this claim. It is modest only on this one point, however, because this officially non-existent bureaucracy simultaneously attributes the crowning achievements of history to its own infallible leadership. Though its existence is everywhere in evidence, the bureaucracy must be invisible as a class. As a result, all social life becomes insane. He goes on to say, the society whose modernization has reached the stage of integrated spectacle is characterized by the combined effect of 5 principal actors: incessant technological renewal, integration of state and economy, generalized secrecy, unanswerable lies, and eternal present. Then, he also states, just as early industrial capitalism moved the focus of existence from being to having, post-industrial culture has moved that focus from having to appearing. Interesting thing to think about. Then, he says, economic growth has liberated societies from the natural pressures that force them into an immediate struggle for survival, but they have not yet been liberated from their liberator. The commodity's independence has spread to the entire economy. It now dominates. This economy has transformed the world, but it has merely transformed it into a world dominated by the economy. That's heavy, 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 heavy. Dubord also says that the spectacle is a social relation between people that is mediated by an accumulation of images that serve to alienate us from a genuinely lived life. The image is thus an historical mutation of the form of commodity fetishism. The spectacle is nothing more than the common language of this separation. What binds the spectators together is no more than an irreversible relation at the very center, which maintains their isolation. The spectacle reunites the separate, but reunites it as separate. The spectacle is a permanent opium war, which aims to make people identify goods with commodities and satisfaction with survival. that increases according to its own laws. So, those are just a few of the quotes that I find interesting and I wanted to read today. If you enjoy this video, feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. And I appreciate any and all discussion you'd like to have, if you so choose. But if things get ugly, I will delete comments because ain't nobody got time for that. So with that said, I hope this relaxed you and maybe made you think a little bit. All I have to say is workers of the world unite. This is Boozy ASMR.